The rich and powerful want us to think the economy is a line on a stock market ticker. That's wrong. The economy is powered by us. It's what we create, what we buy, what we need. President Biden has proposed bold public investments in jobs and families, but more is needed. We need housing, healthcare, caregiving, action on the climate crisis, and millions of good-paying jobs. This is our moment to finally unlock prosperity for all of us. For more information, go to prosperus.org. That's prosperus.org.
In the fight against COVID-19, testing offers another layer of protection in addition to vaccines. Go to vdh.virginia.gov and search by zip code to find a free COVID-19 test near you. A message from your Virginia Department of Health.
More local counties will require you to wear a mask in all county buildings starting Monday. We'll have the latest coming up. Wall Street, the Dow up 144, NASDAQ down 59, S&P up 7, and the Nationals trailing the Braves. It's 8 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in Chicago. For the first time in 6 months, the U.S. has topped 120,000 COVID cases in a single day. And there's growing concern about cases spiking in children, leading to school mask debates. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez.
COVID cases in children are rising nationwide, with more than 71,000 reported last week, an 86% jump from the week before. 8 states have measures banning districts from requiring masks in schools. But tonight in Arkansas, a judge temporarily blocked the state from enforcing the ban. Illinois and New Jersey became the latest states to mandate masks for K through 12 students.
Among the governors who support masks in schools, Louisiana's John Bell Edwards.
Why wouldn't we send our kids to school with a mask on?
An aide who says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo groped her has filed a criminal complaint. WCBS's Christy Kalishian reports.
It's considered one of the most serious allegations against Governor Cuomo so far. The criminal complaint was filed on Thursday by an unnamed accuser identified as Executive Assistant Number 1 in the AG's report. She accuses Governor Cuomo of groping her breast and touching her backside when taking selfies at the executive mansion in 2019.
A new database tracks deadly encounters with Customs and Border Protection. CBS's Nicole Skanga explains.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Texas identified 177 fatal encounters with U.S. Customs and Border Protection personnel dating back to January 2010, including 34 deaths in custody.
It's been burning for 1 month, and Oregon fire crews still have their hands full with the bootleg fire, as KXL's Jim Ferretti explains.
Cooler and calmer weather is helping crews fight the 646 square mile fire. However, Operations Section Chief Kyle Cannon says lightning did spark a few new fires outside of the perimeter.
The Walrus and Yannex fires are both about 75 acres. They have line around them, and they will be managed by the Pacific Northwest Team 2. However, they do need quite a bit of work to make sure that those lines hold and that they stay in place. So we'll be working on those today.
As for the bootleg fire itself, it is now 87% contained, and crews are working on the northeastern part of the fire to keep it out of the Summer Lake area. Jim Ferretti for CBS News, Portland, Oregon.
A major retailer extends a few more incentives for its staff. CBS's Lisa Mateo reports.
Dealing with a tight labor market ahead of the holiday shopping season, Walmart has a few more perks to keep its workers. The company is already offering its employees free college tuition. Now the Wall Street Journal is reporting the retailer is giving out special weekly bonuses and temporary pay raises to its warehouse staff. It says some workers have been offered $1,000 over 4 weeks for not skipping any scheduled shifts during the second half of the summer.
This is CBS News.
Your business journey never stops. Neither do we. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DEL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
8:03 here on WTOP. It is Friday evening, August 6, 2021. Gaithersburg at 82 degrees, down to the middle 60s later with humidity. Good evening, I'm Dimitri Sotis with the top local stories we're following this hour. Just breaking on WTOP, Six Flags America in Prince George's County will require masks indoors starting on Sunday. The local amusement park says visitors must also wear their masks indoors at Hurricane Harbor. The park also highly recommends that unvaccinated guests wear masks at all times. Just part of the tapestry here, part of the fabric here, as we see more and more businesses, governments, and so forth masking up again. Montgomery and Prince George's counties both have mask mandates that begin this weekend. Montgomery County kicks in just a few hours at midnight. In Prince George's County, it's 5 p.m. Sunday. One difference between the two policies has prompted lots of questions for some businesses.
In Prince George's County, masks are required in restaurants, conference centers, retail settings, and offices. In Montgomery County, the language states anyone over 2 would have to wear a mask, quote, in any location accessible to the public. Offices may not be open to the public, but their lobbies might be. So what should businesses do? According to Mary Anderson, Public Information Officer for the Health Department, you do have to mask up in lobbies, elevators, and waiting rooms. But the individual business in an office setting can make its own policy for workers within that office. Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
With the new Delta variant fueling a surge in COVID cases, you're probably wondering whether mask rules have changed in our region's beach towns. WTOP's Michelle Bash looks into that.
There are no new mask requirements for visitors to Ocean City and the nearby Delaware beaches. Some businesses, though, may require you to mask up. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper's mask mandate ended July 30th. Asked this week if he's considering bringing it back, he said all options are on the table, but
our primary focus is going to be on vaccinations.
Cape Hatteras National Seashore on the Outer Banks is requiring masks in indoor spaces for unvaccinated and vaccinated people. Several other national parks are as well. Michelle Bash, WTOP News.
Starting Monday, you'll have to wear a mask when you visit any government facility in Fairfax and Prince William County. That goes for visitors and employees at those buildings, regardless of vaccination status. Health bosses in both counties say they're seeing a rise in COVID infections led by the Delta variant. They urge people to mask up, wash their hands, and if you haven't gotten vaccinated, they say you should do that as soon as you can. Health experts in Virginia also say the Commonwealth has seen a significant increase in this Delta variant across all 5 of its health regions.
Delta is now the most common variant of COVID-19 in Virginia and spreads more than twice as easily as earlier strains. That from State Health Commissioner M. Norman Oliver's notice that the Commonwealth is experiencing a, quote, significant increase. He says between June 19th and July 10th, Delta infections jumped by 45%, contributing to a surge of cases. Every county in Northern Virginia has more than 50 cases per 100,000, meeting the CDC's requirement for masking indoors for both vaccinated and unvaccinated people. Governor Ralph Northam is recommending Virginians consider wearing masks indoors where there's an increased risk of transmission. Megan Cloherty, WTOP News.
The latest COVID spread is adding to the strain on bars and restaurants, which are already struggling to make ends meet. U.S. senators from Virginia are leading an effort on Capitol Hill to provide new financial help.
We don't want these classic American small businesses to close.
But Virginia Senator Tim Kaine says unfortunately many have, including several once popular gathering spots in the Washington area. Kaine says a restaurant revitalization fund set up by Congress has helped a lot of businesses, but many more were unable to get financial assistance.
We put dollars in the program, and by mid-April, the dollars were all gone.
The lawmakers are calling on Senate leaders to replenish the fund, noting that bars and restaurants that had just started recovering are now dealing with setbacks related to the renewed spread of the virus. On Capitol Hill, Mitchell Miller, WTOP News.
Coming up after traffic and weather on WTOP, we will focus on Michael Fanone. Does that name sound familiar? He's the D.C. police officer who has really become the face of January 6th in terms of those officers up there who were outmanned as they battled the pro-Trump supporters on January 6th. He himself was badly wounded. You could argue he almost lost his life. He's been speaking with Time magazine, and correspondent Molly Ball will be along to share some of that interview and what she learned. That's coming.
The rich and powerful want us to think the economy is a line on a stock market ticker. That's wrong. The economy is powered by us. It's what we create, what we buy, what we need. President Biden has proposed bold public investments in jobs and families, but more is needed. We need housing, healthcare, caregiving, action on the climate crisis, and millions of good-paying jobs. This is our moment to finally unlock prosperity for all of us. For more information, go to prosperus.org. That's prosperus.org.
A message from Virginia Department of Health. Not feeling well? Your symptoms may not be allergies or a cold. They may be an early sign of COVID-19. Go to vdh.virginia.gov and search by your zip code and find a COVID-19 testing site near you.